Quick note from the editor. This video is gonna have some discriminatory elements against the LGBTQ community. Though during this story time today, this was one that was more educational for both me and the other guy that fucking runs this channel. So yeah, and from this, story, it led to both of us having a much better outlook on life when it comes to being a more progressive individual in the way we live our lives, not being discriminatory against anyone, regardless of race, gender, sexual ideology. Fuck, I meant to say sexual orientation. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Fucking imbecile. So yeah. Yeah. So, and we are both, avid supporters of the LGBTQIA2S community. So yeah, this was something that, was a while ago, just him being a pretty insensitive fuck ass nigga. So yeah, I hope you like this video though. All right, now today we're going to be talking about something that is one of the worst things I've ever done in my life. Okay, not that bad, but today we're going to be talking about the time that I got away with calling my teacher gay. Now you might be thinking, okay, like, did I mean this in a very homophobic sense? No, at the time, I kind of meant it as just like a, I meant it in a way where you'll call your friend a pussy when he's like doing some bitch made, if you know what I mean. I didn't mean it as a derogatory sense when it comes to gay people, right? Now, the thing is, at the time, I was a junior in high school, and I did not think of it as a more homophobic action. I was someone that just thought of it as just being, oh dude, I was being a bro. I meant it as a joke. It was not one to be homophobic because one, I'm not a homophobic individual. Okay, I support the LGBTQIA2S, God damn it, LGBTQIA2S community, and I support them. And I've been in, and I would consider myself an ally of anything. And I eventually plan on, working with those type of organizations to donate to, help their, help causes, help, used to call LGBTQ youth in causes. But anyways, I digress. Now, let's take it all back really quick. Let me give you guys some context about how everything kind of went down, right? So this was about the springtime of 2024. And so this is my junior year. And so about this time, I was, another key event would actually take around this time of my life. Now, but besides that, something you have to know is that this teacher, let's call him Mr. Magic for right now. Now, Mr. Magic was the person I said this to, obviously. Now, the thing is, let me give you guys, let me just describe him to you. Now, he was a pretty chill teacher. And he was actually one of my favorite teachers I ever had at that school. Because he was one of the few guys that really didn't give a fuck. Like, he really didn't give much of a fuck. And he was pretty chill. And the thing is, and a lot of them, he was one of the most liked teachers in the school. Now, I can't lie to you, while I had him, he was, a lot of people fucked with him. For whatever reason, one of my friends who ended up having him the year later, he told me his class was not the same. Now, I don't know if that was because of, was the previous class he had from my junior year. And just so my friend was a senior when he took his class. So anyways, but he was a pretty chill guy. And he was, to describe him a little bit, he was a pretty tall white dude with fairly long hair. Not super long, but it went to his shoulders. He had a pretty, I'm not gonna lie, he had a pretty big forehead. So because of it, he had a pretty big forehead with it as well. Not gonna lie, he's kind of given a Kenny Omega type of look. If you know what I'm saying. Now, if you know who that is, you know who that is. But anyways, he was tall, and so he taught astronomy at our school. He taught astronomy and geology, right? Yeah, geology. And so he's one of those types of, he was a younger individual. I would say late millennial, old Gen Z. He was in his mid-20s or so. And he's one of those type of guys, he's pretty tall. He was low-key kind of ripped too. He was one of those big environmental guys. He was big on helping the environment and the planet, anti-pollution, shit like that. Now, I can't lie to you, I'm not gonna push rumors about but he was a pretty chill guy, though he was, I mean, later, so the thing is, one, he did take, the reason why he took offense was the fact that he was bisexual, I think. Yeah, no, I'm gonna say bisexual. I don't think it was fully confirmed that he was gay, though on a, what's it called? There was like a school trip at my school, like around, I think like during my freshman year, where he was seen going to like, it was like an international trip, seen going to like gay bars and stuff. Though I don't have evidence to show, and I'm not gonna bother doxing this teacher because not really a point. But that's a, you know, so yeah. And so he was one of those teachers where he was very chill. So as long as he didn't say some bullshit around him, like he did not play around. Like he was as chill as you could be. But if you talked about certain topics around him that would piss him off, like for example, like I remember friends, like one of my friend that took his class, like somebody said to like another kid, like, oh, kill yourself, and just like a, you know, that type of manner where it's like, you know, you're just bickering with a friend or whatever. And I don't want to hear you don't tell your friends to kill yourself, because I know you fucking do. Don't fucking lie to me. And so he, you know, he didn't take that shit lightly. He didn't take shit like that, like mental health and like LGBT, that type of thing. Just he didn't take that shit lightly. Like, that's not the type of thing you should joke around him. Now, he was the type of dude, if you said the N-word around him and you were a black student like me, he wouldn't give a fuck. But anyways, so yeah, so that's everything you should know about Mr. Magic. Now actually there's one last thing. He apparently, I'm not 100% sure about all the facts and details, so I'll just give what I know. Apparently he had ended up, breaking it off with his fiance, so he could end up, dating a male partner. Now, I'm not sure how much of that is true, though there is a picture of him out there, him wearing a dress on Instagram and fishnets. Now, if you recognize who this is, you'll know who I'm talking about. If you don't know who this is, don't ask in the comments. But anyways, getting on with the story. So this was on a regular good old Thursday, right? So I'm pretty happy because on Thursdays, at least during my junior year, I would always be able to go home like about like an hour or so early every Thursday. So, you know, I was already in a good mood, right? And so, you know, and so astronomy was like the last class of the day for me until then I get to dip at like 2:40 or like 2 o'clock to like 2:20ish. So, you know, so I'm just trying to make sure I get to the crib. I'm finna be chilling. I might play some video games, I might watch some anime. I don't remember what I did when I got home, but you know, that's what I was, you know, I was excited, right? So, you know, I walk in there, everything's going pretty well, right? And so, what's it called? So that today the teacher decided to start, so, you know, I walk in, everything's going well. And so basically, so the teacher decides to talk about star signs and stuff like that. Like, you know, like Capricorn, Pisces, Cancer, Sagittarius, and all this. Like, this was just like part of the lesson plan for that day. And so he was going on and on about how like he was a Cancer and whatnot. And so obviously this is where, you know, this is where the story really takes off. But so he goes on and on about some things, and then he ends up talking about how he's like a Cancer and like how he's a sorry, I'm laughing, how he's a crybaby and stuff. And so I kind of just say in a pretty monotone way, I was just like, okay. Sorry, I'm laughing as I'm recording this. And so basically, as soon as I said that, bro, immediately the entire room, it's like all the air was just sucked out of the fucking room. It became dead silent as soon, because you could see like the smile on his face just go straight to a plain semi-angry face, right? And I remember I'm gonna dramatize this a little bit because content, but basically he was kind of like, who the fuck did that shit, right? So as I said, this is dramatized. Also, he was a white guy, so if I say the N-word, that's because I'm dramatizing. He was being like, who the fuck did this shit, huh? Who the fuck did this? Who the fuck did this shit? Nah, who the fuck did this shit, right? Like virtually that's what along the lines, or that's how I felt, right? So obviously me not wanting to fess up, right? So me and like, so everyone at my table knew, and then the table right next to me that we would always talk to, like my table mates would always talk to, the table right next to us. I ain't gonna lie to you, there were baddies at that table, but not the point. Nah, the thing is, right, I didn't want to fess up because, dog, I look like I sound cruel. I'm like, that's cruel. I can't admit to calling a teacher gay. Like, I immediately thought, oh my God, I'm not gonna make it home. I'm finna be suspended. I'm finna see the dean. I'm finna get all this. My parents finna be mad at me. Yo, my mom finna tear into my ass, bro. My stepdad, my dad, like everyone was. I was like, dude, it's like my heart dropped to the fucking floor. Like my heart dropped to the fucking floor, bro. So obviously, me doing me. As soon as he said who did that shit, I kind of just sat there and I kind of just did my regular. I kind of just shut the fuck up and I kind of just did my regular mannerisms and I just kind of just fidgeted around for a little bit until he decided, what's it called? Where he had known that. What's it called? Wherever it came from, it was coming from. He knew it came from my table, and he knew it was probably me. But I'm not. I feel like he knew it was fucking me the whole time, and he just wanted me to fess up right then and there for what I don't fucking know. But obviously, I'm just gonna fucking stand my ground for as long as I can, and basically just double down until I have to give up. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I low-key thought for a split second, I'm just gonna take everyone down with me, bro. Cause I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm not affording the punishment. I didn't want, like, to what I knew at the time, I can't lie to you, maybe if I just kind of shut the fuck up, maybe I could get away with it. So he ends up bringing out my entire table out into the hall, and then he asked who said it, right? So obviously, no one admits to it. And so he asks us one by one, and then again, right? So he's like, I know what. So he asked us one by one, did you do it? And obviously, I didn't say it. And then what's it called? One person goes, then another person goes, and another. Then it gets to me, and then I said no. Now, before he had taken this out, my table mates were all like, motherfucker, you better just fucking fess up. And so obviously I was too fucking scared, right? Like, nigga, I was sweating bricks. I was sweating bullets, bro. I was in the most tense fucking moment in my entire fucking life. I have never been in a moment as tense as that in a long time. Like, that was probably the most tense fucking moment I've had, where I feel like I was not safe in the area that I was in. And I haven't felt that feeling in quite a long time. Like, that was the first time in years I've ever felt something like that. So it was the first time in years I've felt that type of feeling. And so obviously I'm absolutely fucking petrified. So I'm sorry, okay? Now the thing is, I apologize for what I said. Now, let me get on to this. So obviously, and then after he asks us once, he's like, well, I know one of you just said it. So obviously I ended up he's like, I know one of you said it, so just fucking admit to it, right? And so basically, I ended up just I attempt to pull the most trash ass attempt at fucking gaslighting Mr. Magic by saying, maybe you heard the month of May instead of gay. And obviously, as you can realize, as a petrified fucking 17-year-old, I would assume that, you know, anyone that needs to get out of a fucking tense ass situation is gonna come up with whatever lie is necessary to get themselves out of it. So obviously, me being a dumbass and can't figure out a better way of gaslighting and couldn't think of a better excuse, I picked the closest word to gay that I could think of that sounded like May, you know, so I picked May. So I said May, what? And it's like the month of May, right? And I mean, it's pretty simple, or May, gay, like, I mean, you could mistake it possibly. I'm not gonna lie, you couldn't mistake that shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie, I just picked the worst word to attempt to gaslight him with. Because the idea was, maybe if I could gaslight his ass, maybe I would have gotten away with it, and maybe he would have just dropped it or something. Or just, you know, or would have just looked at my table super funny for the rest of the year. So obviously, I tried gaslighting him for like a good 5 minutes. I'm not gonna lie to you, low-key, to the people that, I don't have enemies or anything, but if there is footage out there of me attempting to gaslight Mr. Magic, and so I don't want that footage coming out. I low-key would plug the footage in this video if I had it. The only thing is that the people who do have it, I haven't talked to them in a very long time. So, but the thing is, so obviously my gaslight attempt goes wrong, right? And so So I tried saying like, you know, I'm sorry for whatever you thought you heard, but I didn't. I mean, I said the month of May, and then at some point I just fucking just break, right? I ended up breaking, right? Because it was such a fucking tense thing, right? It's kind of just like if like every single fucking muscle in your entire body is just fucking tensed up all at once, but not like a muscle spasm. It's like you're just flexing every single one, trying to just not fucking be scared shitless. So then I eventually just fucking break, and I just start like I just bend downwards to the floor, laughed, just like I just bend down forwards, like laughing and fucking, you know, just fucking laughter, right? Because I couldn't fucking take it anymore. I'm just like, oh man, I couldn't hold it in any longer. So I just kind of, you know, started laughing hard as fuck and just bend down towards the floor a little bit. Y'all know what I'm talking about when you like laugh and then bend down a little bit. So I couldn't help myself. I just couldn't. I couldn't hold it in anymore when it comes to the bullshit ass lie that I attempt to pull. So obviously after that, I ended up just kind of coming clean to him, and then I kind of tried to explain to him that I did not mean it in such a malicious way, and I just meant it as more of a joking way, right? Where it's like, you know, you guys, you know, I think a lot of you guys aren't, you know, are pussies or anything. I mean, you guys know what, excuse me, sorry, where, you know, you guys have been in a, you know, on a phone call or something, and you're just at the lunch table or in Discord. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know, you call your homies gay, they say doing something out of line, or they doing something a little suspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to hear, like, come on, dog. Like, I've heard plenty of people, like, come on. I see like all the popular Twitch streamers do it as well. Like, I don't want to hear that you ain't call one of your friends gay or call somebody gay for doing something suspect, bro. Right? Like, and so basically, so after he kind of said that, he was like, he tried to like give me a whole lesson about like being like an oppressed group throughout history. And then the only thing is, like, I kind of wanted to say, it's like, you're not wrong, right? Obviously, he's not wrong, but the only thing is, like, you're talking to like an African immigrant, dog, like the son of two immigrants. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I mean, like, if you really want to play like who's gone through more bullshit, and like when it comes to in history, I mean, obviously it's black people. No diss to my LGBTQIA folks, LGBTQIA2S folks, all right? As I said, so I mean, that was something that kind of ticked me off. I don't know why he decided to do that, but at least at the time, but I don't know. So the thing is, but the main funny part is, in the end, he decided to give me mercy for whatever reason. I don't understand what his reasoning was for it, but he showed me fucking mercy. He showed me mercy on a level I've never seen before. Like, this is like the type of mercy this is the type of mercy where it's like, this motherfucker could have, this is like Mortal Kombat, right? And so you finally got your friend down, it's like, finish him. Like, this dude should have finished me off. He should have taken my dumb ass to the fucking dean immediately. Like, he could have done so much to fuck my entire week. Honestly, he could have done so much to fuck up the entirety of my spring that could even bleed into my summer a little bit when it comes to how much he could have fucked my day. He could have fucked up like the next couple of months for me if he really, really wanted to, right? Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you, but he showed me mercy and he showed me compassion that I've never seen before. And to Mr. Magic, I just want to say thank you. Like, overall, I don't know why you did it. I really don't know. To this day, I wish I did know. I ended up talking to him like, I think a day or two after, and I ended up apologizing again, obviously. But one of the things is, it's like, he showed me compassion to not do anything. He didn't do anything. He just talked to me about like what the fuck I did, and then I virtually just got away with it virtually. And so, like, I feel so bad every time I think about like what I did, right? Like, sometimes I laugh at it, right? Because that's kind of more of a coping mechanism that I have, where it's like I use humor to get over things. I mean, I don't know, I have a fucked up sense of humor, so yeah. But like, it's so crazy that he decided to give me that, show me that mercy, and it's kind of a mercy I've never seen before, really. Like, I don't know if he liked me or something. pause, no diddy too. I don't know if he just liked me as a student or something, but the fact that he was willingly just able to overlook this and just allow, and I mind you, I still made it on to home on time too. Like the only thing was just that hiccup. Now the only thing that came of this was the fact that now that class was just a little bit, was like 10 to 20% more tense than it ever was, especially when I was there. And so like, especially for like the first month-ish or so, it was very, very awkward. It made like a class that was really fun pretty awkward for the rest of the year. Though I think like that last month-ish or so, he kind of it started to mellow down a little bit. But overall, it was a very awkward class for that remainder of the year. And also, and this is just more of an intrusive thought than peeking, I was so fucking mad because there were some bad bitches in that class. And so for me to get caught doing that bullshit, I ain't gonna lie to you, bro, I low-key sold myself out of some fucking crazy buns. I'm so fucking mad. Like, damn, like I genuinely am sorry for my actions. I genuinely am. But the thing is, my intrusive thoughts are speaking. Like, fuck, I was so mad at the time. Because me getting, like, I'm not gonna lie to you, I was just more mad that I got fucking caught at the time. As I said, at the time, right? And so, obviously, you know, me being a fucking imbecile, I'm not worried. So, I'm just like, fuck, right? Because there was this one girl in my class, and I'm not gonna say her name, but let's call her Jessica, bro. Let's call her Jessica. Man, she had a fat booty, bro. Like, I'm not actually, no. There was two girls, right, at the table next to me. Like, let's call her Jessica, and let's call one Megan, right? Bro, they had some fat butts, bro. I don't like, you some fat booty, and they were both fucking seniors. Like, bro, I was so fucking mad, bro. They was both, they was so bad too, right? They was both bad as shit. And I was so mad at the time, bro. Like, sometimes just a little bit, like, I can get fucking aggravated when I think about how I sold. I'm not saying I really had a chance with them, but the thing is, it's just kind of something that, like, intrusive, like, you know, 17-year-old me would think. Okay? But I just want to say, what is the moral of the lesson is don't fucking call your teachers, don't use gays and insult kids. At least against people, figures of authority. If it's like if it's your friends, I would just say go ahead. I mean, I do it all the time. But yeah, and what I learned from this, honestly, is like I just had a newfound respect for the LGBTQI2S community. I know that I don't sound like super sincere or like regretful about this. It's just for the fact that, one, it's just been so long since it's happened, so it's more like I've kind of come to terms with it, I've come to peace, and I can just laugh about how fucking stupid I am when it comes to it. So yeah, and if you like this, guys, I will see you guys in the next one. I hope you learned something today, and I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I think you will have a great week. I'll see y'all another day.